Now let's make a change. What if your supervisor says, I don't want it by country and then by month. I actually want it by month and by country. Okay, let's go back to our design. We know that the grouping works. But instead of having it shown as this way, let's take the group 1 country and make it a group 2 and vice versa. Well, if I come to the blue area, the section area, and I do a right click, I have the ability to actually change grouping. But let's do something else instead. Let's take the group header 2, and I'm going to click and hold. This is a left click. Notice my little hand. I'm just going to push it up above. So now my country is the second one down, and my month is the first one. Let's preview the report. Now we are going to change that yellow option. We're actually going to just go in here and we're going to modify the color in the section expert. The line will still be there. Okay, but can we now have a value for the countries? Let's go back. Let's go and do this little insert summary again, and we want another one. We want our order amount, and we want it to be summed. And where are we going to put it now? Well, we're going to put it in by country. And we're going to say OK. We're going to move it up. Now we're going to move these both over, and let's preview. So we now see here in February we had 92,000, and these are the countries. And in December these are the countries, and so on and so forth. And that's the end of this demo. Let's talk about grouping. We have a short little report here, and let's preview it. And we can see the order ID and the order date, customer, and country. Now you've been asked to group this by country, which makes sense. Now up across the top on our little set of toolbars, this is our insert group. And it says, what field are we grouping on? Well, let's find the country, and we're going to do it in ascending order, and we're going to say OK. And we have a new group header and a group footer. Let's preview that. Very nice. Now, let's take it to the next step. We actually now want to group within here by month. Okay, so when we group by month, because it is a date field, Crystal Reports gets very, very smart. Let's go back. We're going to do another group. So this time we're going to find our order date. And notice it comes down, it gives us this additional option. So order date for each week or each month, or notice our date-driven options. We're going to say for each month. And I'm going to take that field and I'm going to move it in just a little bit. And let's preview that. So I can see I am grouping by month. And let's go back one more time. This time, let's format that field so that it shows the actual month. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to right click, format the field. And I have all of our options here. Notice all of our options. We're going to pick this one here. we'll pick this one. This looks tidier, and let's say OK. And let's preview. And we can see the options. Now, let's go back. This time, under the details, we're going to right-click and we're going to suppress that. And let's preview it. So we can just see the amounts. We don't see the customers, but we can build on that. Let's go back, right-click, and don't suppress it. Now we're actually going to create values, sums in here, which is right next to this, insert a summary. And we are summarizing on, notice, customer country. We're going to sum it, but we can't sum a country. So let's do, instead of that, the order amount. And now we can sum. And where do you want to put this? Well, we're going to put this, notice our choices. Let's think about this logically. We're going to put this in customer country, and it is going to sum up the order amount by country. Let's see if it works. Now, we're going to take this group footer, and I'm actually going to color code that. I'm going to go into my section expert and change the color of just that section to something very, very light. Pale, pale yellow. Very light little yellow. And let's preview. So, Argentina in June of 2004 had $16,000 or $1,600 worth of sales. All right, well, let's align that a little bit differently. And let's move it up beside and suppress the details. And notice what we see. By month and total by month. So the grouping is very, very effective. Now, we said no drill down, but I do have the opportunity here to navigate to different countries. Notice the group tree. And let's go back. I could now collapse these values, and let's put a line in this bottom one here. And let's preview that. So we can clearly see the different countries. And that's the end of this little demo.